I'm going to go over some of the things that I'm going to do to this boat to begin with so I can get this fishable the way I like it, okay? All right, I'm pulling up to my favorite dealership, Cotton Country Marine in Jay, Florida. Here we go.
Okay, when you're charging your trolling motor batteries, typically they want you to unplug it so you don't
Unplug
get
this.
Yes,
that's quite a contraction here. I mean, that's what the how do you unplug?
Trolling motor plug, and all you do is unscrew that.
Okay.
And it pushes it right out.
That's awesome.
And
take that out when I'm charging my battery.
Charging your battery.
Okay. All right. So we got Garmin all the way through. Got it on right here, and that's
dual circuit. On and off switch.
Dual circuit on and off. Okay.
Turn it on.
Yes.
You're turning both your battery power for the boat.
Okay.
You're turning your battery power on for the boat, which is going to control your nav lights, your bilge, aerator pumps, and that sort of thing.
Okay.
And then all of your electronics is hooked on a totally different circuit.
Okay.
So this is going to turn on both circuits at the same time. Also, it's got a combiner switch, so if you was to add...
Hold on. I'm going to put this right here.
If you was to add a battery just for the electronics,
yes,
you're going to turn it down to the combiner. And also what that'll do, if you get in a situation to where you was to, let's say, have low battery on either your electronics or your engine crank battery, you can turn it onto that combiner and it will combine the two batteries to give you double the battery power, basically.
Awesome.
So,
all right. So this is a breaker here?
That's going to be your breaker for a 60 amp breaker for your trolling motor.
60 amp breaker for the trolling motor.
And it's got a trip feature where, you know, if it does trip, you can reset it.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. I see you put me a battery charger in.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that battery charger.
The NOCO, this is a Gen Pro 10 3-bank charger. This thing will charge regular lead acid, lithium, or it's also got a repair feature where if you have a battery that has dropped down real low, like it's only got a couple of volts in it, yes, you can put it on that repair mode and it'll bring that battery power up enough to where it will start charging it. What happens with a lot of these, some of the other chargers, if the batteries drop down too low, the chargers will not activate, will not come on to charge it.
Exactly. I've had that problem previously.
Yeah.
And this will.
So this will, it's got that repair feature on it, and you can scroll over to it.
Awesome. Okay. That sounds great. Looks like I'm ready to go. How about the automatic bilge pump? Did you take a look at that and make sure that's sufficient?
Yes, you got a auto switch, float switch down there, and then, you know, of course your bilge is hooked up. Yes. You know, separate away from everything else. Go straight to the battery. That way, you know, was a situation that you get a lot of water in the boat, it'll come on automatically.
Okay, and then the pump for the live well.
Okay, we've added your power ports here.
Yes.
We've added your pole holders for your cameras. We've added two 10-inch Garmins.
Here, why don't you hold that and speak into that.
We have added Panoptics.
Cool, looks good. Now the GPS is built in here, right?
Yes, GPS is built in.
Okay.
You've also got your, you know, steady cast mounted up under the dash.
Okay.
We've got your Garmin trolling motor.
Yes.
With a transducer. You've got 3 transducers to choose from. You've got your clear view, side imaging, down imaging in the back. We've also got your Panoptics hooked both these units are talking to one another. So everything that you see here is going to be back there on that unit, or vice versa. We've added a NEMA 2000 network, so all your waypoints and stuff should be, all the information that's on one unit should be on both units.
On both units, awesome.
Yes.
Little 10-inch.
Heavy duty stuff. This is probably the most durable and rigid built product that we've probably put on.
Yeah.
And we've put on a few. Well, you're going to want this thing accessible to when you're sitting there on your pedestal, that you can just sit there and turn it back and forth. So we need to get a height and a distance from your pedestal, and also make sure we got the right depth.
Okay. So what do you think? I mean, are you able to get underneath here?
Where, underneath the boat?
Well, no, underneath this to mount it. Or it just goes in?
Yeah, we're going to have to, we can probably mount it with some heavy duty screws, because there's not going to be a whole lot of weight on the transducer itself.
Yes. No.
So you're just really looking at holding that transducer right there. So
I'm just looking at holding this pole here. I mean, the pole goes like this.
Yeah, it's going to go like this in there.
You want me to step on it?
And that's going to mount to there. It's got a groove that it's got to line up in, and goes down and lock in.
And this comes back a little bit.
Yeah, all of this stuff is pretty well adjustable.
Oops.
So you got a button here.
A little bit more.
Well, I'll tell you what, this right here, this actually, let me get this back. Oh, there's another adjustment. See, this pole will slide in and out.
So this is a breakaway. This is a breakaway. So if my live scope hits something, this pole, it breaks it away. And one of the features I loved when I got this. I wanted a manual one because I can, when I'm not using it, I can put it on the deck and get it out of the way when I'm in the bumps, lumps, stumps.
I think the biggest thing we need to find out is this direction, and
Well, if you hold that, and I'm looking. Do we need a pin to mark that? Oh, here we go. That's down as far as it'll go, huh?
Yeah, I mean, that's the up and down is fully adjustable.
Okay.
So
and I can move this around.
yeah,
That's probably how I have it most of the time, like that. So yeah, I'm guessing like this right here. I'd like to have this down, go down a little more, but here, let me put my foot on there. Okay, so yeah, that would probably be right there. That's my guess right there.
okay.
Okay, I had a little bit of audio that we took. However, really want to give a big shout out to all the fine folks at Cotton Country Marine. They really, really take care of me. As I took some shots here of the beatdown products here, just like you heard Josh, who installed the boat, absolutely give them a thumbs up. Beatdown Outdoors, like he said, was when we saw the product, we went, whoa, this is just really well built. Really happy with how the boat came out. Really happy with my Garmin force trolling motor. It's awesome, and the deployment of putting it into water is such ease. Happy with going with again, two 10-inch Garmin Graphs, the 106 SVs. You can see the beat down mount there. Just awesome. I'm really happy with this. Right there at the console. I got everything I need. I went with a RAM mount here and actually contacted RAM to get a locking device so they just couldn't take off the graph. What I've done here is I've also went with not putting anything on my trolling motor when it comes to, let's say, the live scope. I have the breakaway, which I've now used a few times. I love it because a lot of times I'm in a situation where I don't need to use my live scope, river fishing and things like that, and I just lay it on the deck and protect it because of the cost factor involved. So really excited about that. All right, guys. Hey, if you like what you see, hit like. Give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I'm gonna show more things about what I've done to this tiny bass boat to get it ready for what I call up the rivers, into the bay, and into the Gulf of Mexico. All right, guys, remember, you're just one cast away.